Why do some people gain complete control over their lives in their 30s, while others reach their 60s still terrified of their bills? The answer isn't hustle, it's a simple path almost no one dares to follow. In the vast library of financial literature, few volumes possess the power to fundamentally alter one's trajectory, like JLcollins' The Simple Path to Wealth. It is more than a guide. It is a manifesto for those seeking to reclaim their lives from the relentless machinery of modern consumerism. Today, we explore 12 profound takeaways that demystify the complex world of finance and illuminate the road to true independence. The journey begins with a fundamental shift in perspective. You must master money, or it will surely master you. Far too many people bury their heads in the sand, intimidated by the jargon and the perceived complexity of mathematics, essentially praying that their retirement will somehow manifest through wishful thinking. Yet, money is the most potent tool we possess for navigating this world. Ignoring it is not an act of humility, but a surrender of power. If you dedicate just a few days to understanding its basic mechanics, you will instantly possess more financial clarity than 85% of the global population. But why pursue wealth at all? It is not for the vanity of billions or the hollow pursuit of status, for no amount of purchased attention can fill the soul. The ultimate goal is freedom, the sovereign right to own your time, to work for those you respect, and to live life entirely on your own terms. Wealth is the shield that protects you from worry and provides the EFU money. Required to walk away from a toxic situation or a job that no longer serves your spirit, this freedom, however, is not bought with a high salary alone, but through the discipline of controlling one's lifestyle. Consider the parable of the monk and the minister. The minister mocks the monk for living on beans and rice, suggesting that if he learned to cater to the king, he wouldn't have to eat so poorly. The monk simply replies that if the minister learned to live on beans and rice, he would not have to cater to the king. Your freedom starts with your expenses. If you spend $500,000 a year, you are a slave to your income regardless of how much you earn. The path itself is deceptively simple. Spend less than you earn, invest the surplus, and avoid debt at all costs. The financial industry thrives on overcomplicating this reality, selling fancy investment vehicles and expensive managers to make you feel as though wealth is a gated community. In truth, the simplest solutions are often the most profitable, though they are frequently the hardest to implement because they require the one thing most people lack: discipline. Central to this discipline is the rejection of debt as a normal part of life. Debt is a vicious, pernicious destroyer of wealth-building potential. Yet, it is the most aggressively sold product in our society. We are conditioned to view car loans and mortgages as standard, but this toxic belief clouds our judgment, leading us to buy more than we need simply because the monthly payment feels manageable. To build wealth, you must sanitize your mind of this cultural infection. Furthermore, who you choose to walk through life with will dictate your financial destiny more than your career or your vocation. Marrying a fiscally irresponsible person is a recipe for a lifetime of conflict and depleted potential. You must have the difficult money conversations early. While you needn't agree on every cent, your financial values must be directionally aligned. As you begin to invest, be wary of the professional advisor. The industry is designed to make investing seem like an impenetrable fortress so they can sell you the key. Most advisors fail to outperform the market and prioritize their own commissions over your growth. Remember, no one will ever care for your money more than you do. When it comes to the mechanics of the market, avoid the sucker's game of picking individual stocks. Unless you are Warren Buffett, trying to find the next winning stock is an exercise in futility. Similarly, do not succumb to the siren song of market timing. The attempt to buy low and sell high is nearly impossible because the market is a chaotic reflection of geopolitics and human emotion. Most who try to time the market end up panicking and doing the exact opposite, buying high and selling low. To succeed, you must learn to ignore the foam of the daily news cycle. The news networks make money by sensationalizing short-term volatility, the CEO rumors, and the product leaks. This is merely the foam on top of the beer. The buyer is the underlying business, the value created by thousands of companies working relentlessly to grow. If you want to win, ignore the foam and focus on the buyer. The most effective way to capture this value is through a single, powerful tool, the Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund. This fund holds nearly every publicly traded company in the U.S., offering a self-cleansing mechanism where failing companies drop out and winners like Tesla, which has returned over 20,000% since its IPO drive the index upward. It is cheap, with an expense ratio of only 0.04%, and it historically outclasses 82% of actively managed funds. Finally, recognize that your strategy must evolve with your life stages. During your wealth accumulation stage, you can afford to be aggressive, perhaps keeping 100% of your portfolio in VTSAX. However, as you transition to the wealth preservation stage, you must introduce a ballast to level out the market's bumps. By adding bonds such as the Vanguard Total Bond Market Index Fund, VBTLX, you protect your capital while ensuring you still have the buyer to sustain your freedom. This is the simple, yet profound, path to a life of independence. If you value clear thinking, long-term strategy, and financial truth without hype, subscribe to the channel and like this video. And in the comments, tell me this. What's the biggest obstacle between you and financial freedom right now?